Music of Burt Bacharach. Burt was born in Kansas and raised in New York City. His mother was an amateur songwriter and artist. He started quite young at piano lessons. That's a picture of Burt Bacharach as a child. His father was a writer and a columnist. He studied music in college and was very driven to study jazz. At an underage, he snuck into some of the jazz clubs in New York City to hear the greats Dizzy Gillespie and Count Basie. You can hear the jazz influence in Bacharach's music because he's known for very unusual advanced chords. He served in the Army from 50 to 52 as a dance band arranger. Shortly after his time in the Army, he met Hal David, the lyricist, at the Brill Building, an important building in New York that housed many great songwriting teams and produced some of the best pop music of the decade. That's the front of the Brill Building in New York City. One of the big first hits for them was a pop hit called The Theme from The Blob. The Blob was a silly sci-fi movie that starred Steve McQueen. A little bit more about Burt Bacharach and Hal David as a team. At the Brill Building, they had the opportunity to write for many, many groups and individuals. They wrote for Marty Robbins, for Perry Como, for the Drifters, and for the Shirelles, among others. But they had one particular vocalist that they wrote the most of their music for. Her name is Dionne Warwick, and she met them, Bacharach and David, via the Drifters, as friends through the Drifters that they had worked with previously. The first #1 hit with Bacharach David writing the music was Don't Make Me Over. Yes, Dionne Warwick. Bacharach and Hal David wrote 20 top 40 hits for Dionne Warwick. Seven of them went to top 10. Can you think of any? I bet you can as soon as I put the names up there. Anyone Who Had a Heart is from 1963. Walk On By from 64. Message to Michael in 66. I Say a Little Prayer from 67. Do You Know the Way to San Jose from 68. And 2 from 69. This Girl's in Love with You and I'll Never Fall in Love Again. Both Burt Bacharach and Hal David teamed up for a number of film and Broadway numbers. They wrote the score to the film version of Alfie, the score for the film Casino Royale, the score to a Broadway musical, Promises, Promises, and in '69, the score for the film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Burt Bacharach continues to compose through the 70s, 80s, and on to the present day. He works with a variety of songwriters and singers, initially Tom Jones, the Welsh singer, Neil Diamond, the Carpenters, Roberta Flack, Patti LaBelle, Elvis Costello, and a reunion with Dionne Warwick. Burt Bacharach has recorded with over 1,000 different artists. Now play the Burt Bacharach song video to hear some of the selections on piano.